Well guys, the last time we talked about cast iron I showed you how I would restore some pretty rusted pieces that came from a flea market. But today I've got something different to show you. These came from, well, two of these came from the Goodwill store and two of these came from an auction. And as you can see, none of these are nearly as bad as what the old number 8 skillet and the self-basting lid I did last time. So what I'm going to do with these is just what I would typically do with any used cast iron piece that I buy. That is basically just throw them right in the oven, set the oven on self-clean for a couple hours, and when they come out, I'll scrub them up good and then season them. Just throw them in there face down. You know, this wouldn't really be a necessity if you knew the history of the pans. Like I said, these were your mother's, your grandmother's or something, and you knew how they were taken care of, how they were stored. But since I don't know what these were used for, I don't know if there was any, bug spray, anything used in here, cleaning chemicals, whatever. It's just safer to go ahead and do it this way because nothing sanitizes quite like a few hours and 500 plus degree oven does. So we'll get this started. Okay, about 3 hours in the self-cleaning oven, and then let them cool. I just let them sit overnight. They're ready to wash up. This is exactly what we want them to look like. All the old seasoning is gone. Ready to scrub them up. I'm going to use a copper scrubber, followed up by just a scrub brush and the hottest water I can stand, and then we'll start the seasoning process. I'll scrub this until my rinse water doesn't come out rust colored. Be quick to hit it with a paper towel, get it dried off. And give it a little shot of cooking spray. You can use basically whatever you'd want to use for seasoning. If you want to use shortening or vegetable oil, or some folks use lard. I mean, really whatever works best for you. I have used quite a few different things. I've got good luck with the spray-on canola oil. Alright, into the oven. Got this set about 200 degrees. You can see the one's already in there. I'm going to leave them in there for probably an hour or so to let them get thoroughly heated at 200. And then I'm going to go ahead and ramp the temperature up to 375. Well, it's already getting harder to tell which ones I just started with and which ones I've been cooking with for a long time. I'm going to go ahead and do these one more run in the oven. I'm going to coat them with oil one more time, lay them in there face down. Oven will be 200 degrees. After these get to that temperature, so maybe 25 minutes or so, I'm going to ramp it to 300. Same thing, let them build up to that temperature. Ramp them to 400. And for about 20 minutes at 400, I'm going to shut the oven off. Pull them out, spray them with oil, let them cool, and well, there we go. Now we'll just let them cool. And really, you could use these, once they're cool, they're done. You could start cooking on them now. I like to do one more step, and we'll jump to that. Alright, so on to the last thing I'm going to do with these pans, and this is something I do anytime I use any of my black iron. When I'm done with it, I've cleaned it, and by clean I mean rinsed it. No scrubbing, no soap, just rinse it out. I put it back over medium heat, a little bit of oil in there, and just wait for that pan to heat up enough to where the oil just starts to smoke, and when that happens I take it off the heat, wipe it out, and we're done, ready to put it away. So I'm going to give this a little more heat. And while we're waiting for that to get hot, I'm going to show you, this is one of the number 5s to the back there. And I figure I'll do a live demonstration of the freshly seasoned pans, see how they do. You can see my range is not exactly level, but I would say that's probably about as non-stick as it's going to get. Right there. Can't ask for much better than that. Okay, now I did speed that up just a little bit to kind of expedite this process, but as you can see, it's just starting to smoke a little bit there in that little number 3 pan, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. I'm just wipe out that excess oil. I use that to do the rest of the pan. And that's it. That's done. I'll let that cool down. And again, that's just something I do anytime. Well, most of the time after I cook in them. Anytime I hit them with water or have to maybe brush them a little bit, I always do that afterwards. But as you can see, we're still sliding all around in there. No video tricks, no cutting, no editing. I'm probably going to butcher this trying to flip it. Yeah, I did. There goes the yolk. Doggone it. I don't do eggs very often. Not like this. But that's okay. As we'll see how well that holds off the yolk there. Once again, I've sped that up to save a little bit of time here. Still no problem. And since we broke the yolk, we'll go ahead and make that a fried egg sandwich, I guess. Perfect. Look at that. Well, once again, it's the miracle of time. Slides around without any issues. So there you have it. I'd say it was a pretty good testimony. Cleanup is a breeze. I'll take that and run it under a little bit of hot water, and it'll be perfect. Absolutely perfect. So there you guys go. As always, I do appreciate you watching. If you have not tried cast iron cookware, you really need to give it a whirl. You can't go wrong. Thanks again.